you will find that it is also black people who struggle deeply within a field of consumption, not only in one area but in several areas, where perhaps there has been a lack of education, and a lack of motive, and a lack of meaning. You can go to anywhere in Europe and you can ask them, what do they consider culture? And they will tell you that traditionally they have used wine press and many other probably more articulate ways of consumption to represent more or less an industry, perhaps even a heritage. And the black people, on the other hand, when you ask them what is the motive behind it, the core root of the foundation related to the motive always has to be on the basis of achieving a painful lifestyle, a lifestyle in which they try to escape from. Escapism is the worst thing that black people have ever resorted to, due to the fact that the white system has neglected us and has sadly not been able to appropriately address the care and the needs of the black community, despite our contribution and despite their distribution. The main reason why you will find that black people need to cope, and why black people will never find a way to actually expand on a community level, to the point where perhaps we can own our own wine presses, we can distribute our own products. You will never find that in the black community. The black people are always consumers, and this is the reason why so many of us are so misled, because we are taught that it is consumption which will be the progress points, or perhaps even the highlight points for us. There is always a need to consume everything that white people have ever spoon-fed the black people, as if the attitude of a boy is always adopted by the black people, and never once has the black man woken up and said that it is time for him to be a man, and perhaps even take the steps necessary towards furthering that pursuit, rather than resorting to escapism to perhaps hide the burden, or to be a little more complacent with the present circumstances that are being faced with the black man. And the moral of this is, you will find that one particular group of people, being the white people, have used this for infrastructure, for business, for tradition, and perhaps even for cultural significance, while the black people have used it for escapism, for consumption, and for possibly every other reason to suggest that we are nothing more than a group of people who have been poorly led and cycled into a lifestyle of pets, rodents, and perhaps even worse than that. Nothing more than a group of pets that the white people use to test in a lab, that white people use to seek their enjoyment, that white people will turn into furthermore products of entertainment, products of puppets. And this is the reality. And this is the sad truth that you will need to understand, that for as long as you have inherited black skin and black culture, that the knock on the door to run away from your problems simply by consumption of white community related causes is nothing more than the last resort that I feel should be approached as far as the black majority is concerned. And upon realizing this, you will notice how the progress of our people will grow once we actually are able to understand that the main root or the importance for us is to put forward a good example for the younger generation who perhaps will one day grow up and start questioning where the males were within our family and within our community, or more so, where the leaders were in the community. And rather than following the footsteps of the tragedy in which most of our black people fall into today, you will find that these children will have more of an initiative to understand the basis of what it means to be black, particularly within America, and what it means to practice important habits of discipline, of sacrifice, of contributing towards the community, and being the black community. And once you will come to this realization, you will realize that the overall health and the well-being of the black people will increase dramatically. And this is what the white people know, and deep down inside they fear the day that they are no longer able to profit off of the calamity of the black people. They fear the day, and even as we speak, they fear the black man once he is able to actually educate his mind, and once he's able to further expand into his own resources, and once he develops less of a dependence on white America. For as long as there are still millions of our black people here, we need to understand that we have a major contribution towards the American economy. But most importantly, before acknowledging that, we need to actually come together, put our emotions and our feelings and our stress aside, and our escapism to the side, and actually speak about our problems within the community as proper established black people, as well-mannered, as well-meaning, and as well-motivating, rather than deteriorating our culture from the inside by receiving the poison that the white people give us, and receiving the false teachings about ourselves that the white people give us, and instead of resorting to the idea that we are inferior, we need to gather within ourselves what it means to bring together the best cause of action in order to promote a lifestyle where we can be content to the point where we no longer feel led to impress the white masses, content to the point where instead of buying or using white merchandise as our method, that we can develop our own healthier methods of coping, from exercise to education, to starting something of our own, something that will contribute greatly towards the black community, along with the black masses as a whole.